everybody, so I'm back with another promo video for my novel. This novel is called Blossom Tears, and this time it's Suspense and Thriller, so something totally different than Moonlight Waltz. And this Blossom Tears is a suspense thriller happening in present time Seoul, South Korea, mostly in Gangnam district and nearby area. It's a story of a female detective who takes over a case of the Cherry Blossom Reaper, who is responsible for a series of mysterious disappearances and brutal murders of young, beautiful women. She has to find out who the criminal is and bring him to justice. And at the time of recording this, there's already prologue and the first episode are out. So there's not much to read. You can catch up pretty quickly. Only one episode, so like 2 episodes, like episode 0 and so the prologue, and the first episode is out. So and just a little promo video for my second novel published on reading platform Dreamy. Made to let you know about the novel and so you would decide if you like my style and the flow of the storyline. So yeah, that's mostly to do this. And this is the cover. The cover is like pretty kind of, pretty scary, I know. But this is like suspense thriller, so it's like totally different from the previous one. And right now I'm gonna read the description. And this story is updated weekly every Tuesday. So in Tuesday it's Moonlight Waltz at Science Friday, and at Tuesday it's like Catherine Monroe because that's my pen name. And Dreamy is the reading platform. You can open it and you can open their page in your browser or download their app, which is available for in Google Play Store, in Play Store and in the Apple Store too, from what I recall. So everyone can download the app, like make an account or log in through Google or Facebook, because that's also you don't have to make the account. Actually, you can log in through Facebook or Google Plus. So Gmail or Gmail or Facebook. And okay, now I'm gonna read. In Gangnam, Seoul's district known for its wealth and glamour, a series of mysterious disappearances and brutal murders occurs. The criminal is quickly called by the public the Cherry Blossom Reaper because of his choice for a young, beautiful woman, and fact that the day after the kidnapping, in the place of the disappearance, he leaves a small bouquet made of artificial cherry blossoms, slightly sprinkled with the victim's blood. When the daughter of the well-known fashion house CEO disappears, the case is transferred to Kim Soo-min, a female detective from Seoul's investigation department, but as it turns out, the case is not easy to solve, even for such a talented detective as her. The list of suspects is getting longer and evidence does not clearly indicate any of them. And important thing, this story is entirely fictional, just like its characters. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental. So remember about this. I just made it all up. It's not like the historic event, even though it happens in the present times. It's just more realistic story than Moonlight Waltz, but still it's like made up by me. So yeah, so characters and stuff. I also had to make more research for this one because I wanted this novel to be as real as possible. For example, I was like searching what was the structure of police in Korea, and yeah, and I also have still have friends from Korea, and I'm writing through to the communicator Kakao, and they're like helping me with how people behave and stuff like this, and how with the culture, and everything. So first thing, I'm gonna read to you a little bit of the prologue. And here we have only episode 1 and the prologue. But I'm gonna read a little bit of prologue because, yeah. And I have this disclaimer that the story is entirely fictional again in here, just so everyone will, uh, you know, uh, remember. And in here we have 3,000 words, a little bit more, 3,000 words. So not much. Like with the first episode has 6,000 words. So it's 9,000 words in total to read. So it's not much. So you can catch up, quickly. And if you like suspense and thriller, I think you will like this book because it's my first time writing something in this style. So I'm not sure how it will turn out, but yeah, but I watched a lot of movies, dramas in that theme, so I hope I will get some inspiration from it. So anyways, let's start. And of course we had explanation because not everyone is good in Korean. Oh, it's oppa. A Korean word that younger female uses towards an older male, usually when they are close. This is only because in the prologue you will hear this word a few times, so that's why I had to put it in here. So I'm starting. She woke up suddenly in a large room illuminated in white light. At first, Yoon thought she was in the hospital, but soon found out that it was a completely different place. In one moment, Yoon remembered what had happened before she suddenly lost consciousness. She was going back on foot from the party at which she quarreled with her boyfriend. Felt cold because did not take anything warmer. In the end, she rode to the party with him in his car. Then a familiar car drove past her, but then stopped nearby, and Yoon was glad to see a familiar face. But then she began to feel uncomfortable, and at some point lost consciousness. Yoon felt that she couldn't be here, that she shouldn't be here now. Danger. This word was unbearably pounding in her head all the time. Yeon didn't know why she agreed to go with him. From the very beginning, she felt that something is wrong with him. So why did she agree? That was a very good question. Nevertheless, Yeon didn't trust him at all, even though they had known each other for some time. Ugh, if she only could go back to that unfortunate moment, she would definitely make a different decision. Instead of getting into his car, she would take a taxi or the bus. Unfortunately, it was too late now for that kind of thoughts. Yeon didn't know exactly what awaited ahead, but something told her that she was in a huge trouble. The very appearance of this room did not bode well. Right now, Yeon was lying down on the cold table, strapped tightly. She still felt a little dizzy in her head, probably because of the weird smelling liquid in which he had been soaked the cloth that he had suddenly put on her lips, after suddenly stopping the car halfway in some remote area. Yeon looked around the room to look at everything better and maybe come up with some escape route. It was empty and cold like a morgue, and a shiver went down her spine at the very thought of it. Yeon felt like being in some cheap horror movie, but didn't feel like laughing at all. She jerked the straps a few times, holding onto the stupid hope that they would finally let go. Unfortunately, all her efforts came to nothing, so she soon got into a convulsive sobs. Yeon didn't want to die, not in this awful place, not so fast. She was still so young, had so many plans and dreams. It couldn't end this way. Yeon didn't even want to let this thought come into her head. It'd probably be better if it turned out to be a movie, then there would be some greater chance that a policeman or other daredevil would appear who is not afraid of the murder. Help me, somebody save me, she tried to scream, but could not let out anything but a pleading whisper. Her throat her throat tightened with fear completely. Oh God, save me. At the same time, in her mind, Yeon prayed as fervently as she never did in her relatively short time of her 22 years of life. Before her eyes, the memories began to fly. The mother's face, friends, her beloved boyfriend and older brother. Yeon squeezed her eyes tightly, trying to stop the tears that would not stop flowing. The coolness of the room was really unbearable, and it was also killing her even more. Yeon had no idea how long she was lying down here like this, alone. Dizziness continued, and it felt like she was going crazy. Yeon knew that if he would come here, she will die for sure. She had no idea where that certainty came from, but that didn't change the fact that she was sure of it. That's why Yeon was trying hard to figure out a way of escape, while she had at least a minimal chance. She couldn't give up without a fight, right? Besides, maybe at least she will gain time and really there will be some hero who will save her. Maybe it was a stupid thought, but sometimes in life there were scenarios like from the movie. Being a daughter from a wealthy family, she thought that was never in danger of something like this. Since childhood, she was guarded by mother and older brother. Her father employed bodyguards. She knew she was a public figure and a valuable member of the Choi family. Yeon promised her father so many times that she would not move anywhere without at least one bodyguard. So why was she so stupid and left this party without a word? Yeon doubted that someone would start looking for her, certainly not today. At most tomorrow, if she won't come back home, not answering the phone, and her mother would start to worry. But did she have time until tomorrow? Something inside her was clearly screaming that she didn't have that much time. Yeon was afraid that she had only a few hours to live. To make matters worse, lying still on this hard table in all these belts and waiting for certain death drove her crazy. She struggled again, praying for a miracle. Couldn't these belts loosen a little bit? She could then free her hands and then everything else would go downhill. However, the belts seemed to be fastened tightly, and even when she struggled, they were not about to loosen a millimeter. And I'm gonna stop in here because I really read a lot. This is the prologue of my second story called Blossom Tears, a suspense thriller. So if you are interested in genre, if you like the criminal history stories and with the serial killers and stuff, I think you will like it. I will try my best to make this novel interesting, because I really want you to have some fun during that pandemic that is still out there. So I hope that. So if you are bored and you want something to read, check out Dreamy and my two novels, Moonlight Waltz and Blossom Tears. I'm gonna remind you, Moonlight Waltz is like fantasy romance with a little bit of adventure, and Blossom Tears is suspense thriller with some criminal, parts. So if you want to, I read a prologue for now. So there's also an first episode in here, and next Tuesday will be second episode. So yeah, so you have time to check out the episodes that have been already added, and of course, as always, in the description under this video, in the description box below, you can see the full link to this book, so you can check it out. But but it's better to not to click on that link. It's better to copy that link and paste it in your browser, because if you click on it, it may redirect you to the Dreamy homepage. I don't know why it happens, and it sometimes happens, sometimes not. So I'm not sure if you won't be like the lucky person, the lucky person that the link will redirect you. Of course, if it will redirect, if you will go to the Dreamy homepage, you can also write it like in the search bar on the page. Search bar. There is a search bar in there. Okay, here, enter the outer title text. You can enter like Catherine Monroe, so my pen name Catherine Monroe, or the title Blossom Tears or Moonlight Waltz, and you will find it. And my books are the only ones with the title, so you will find it easily, because there's only one Blossom Tears and only one Moonlight Waltz. There is no other books in the similar with a similar title. So yeah, so if you want to read it, in the description. And of course, under this video, I really beg you, do not write any comments that are not connected to one of my novels. This is a promo video for my novel, and if you want to talk about something else, like request something, do it under my other videos. This video is only for my novel. If you want to, if you will be like writing comments that are not connected with, like off topic, I will be removing them. I'm sorry, because this is like off topic. So under this video, only comments about my book. And if you have any problems, or you want to start your writing, publishing your stories online, I can help you with with starting, because on Dreamy it's all written really pretty clear on Dreamy, but I can help you a little bit. What do you have to do to write just like me on Dreamy? And anyways, thank you for watching my video. I hope you will enjoy my books, both of them. So bye bye.